The Christmas Reckoning, a gift for every sin. Chapter 1. The Eve of Deception. Christmas Eve had always been my sanctuary. Twinkling lights glowing softly on the tree, the faint scent of pine and cinnamon weaving through every room, snow gently kissing the windows. But that year the warmth felt artificial. My wife, Claire, was unusually cheerful, the kind of giddy that doesn't come from Christmas spirit, but from hiding something explosive. She insisted we host the entire extended family. That alone was suspicious. Claire despised playing hostess, yet here she was, organizing meals, fluffing cushions, even demanding that I wear the itchy green sweater her mother gifted me 5 years ago. Her parents flew in from Denver. Her brother Eric, who barely spoke to me since our wedding, brought his latest fling. Even my sister Nora, who hadn't set foot in our house in 3 years, was there. The living room buzzed with laughter, wine, and crackling fireplace ambience. But I remained silent, seated at the hearth, nursing a single glass of whiskey. I watched Claire flit from guest to guest with forced joy. I didn't say much. I didn't need to. Everyone. Claire clinked her glass to command attention. Before we open presents, I have something very special to share. I exhaled slowly. Here it comes. She walked to the center of the room, held up a manila folder, and smiled like she'd just won an award. "Merry Christmas," she beamed. "These are divorce papers. I'm finally leaving him." Stunned silence lasted barely 2 seconds before applause broke out. Shul cheers. Her mother dabbed her eyes. Eric gave her a smug high five. Nora's expression twisted into horror. I just stood up calmly, buttoned my sweater and said, "Perfect timing. Now, open your gifts." Confused murmurs followed. Everyone glanced at the neatly arranged pile beneath the tree. Boxes wrapped in gleaming silver and gold, each tagged carefully. Claire blinked. "What gifts?" "Start with yours," I said, pointing to the largest box in shimmering gold. She hesitated, then crouched and tore into the paper. Inside she found a leather-bound album. On the cover, Claire's Secret Holidays. She opened it. The first page. A candid photo, her and her affair partner, locked in an intimate kiss in a hotel parking lot. Her jaw fell open. She flipped the page. Another photo. And another. Receipts, location logs, screenshots of texts. Every detail from her 2-year affair. Hotel bookings. Dinner bills. GPS coordinates. I'd left nothing out. Her face drained of color. The room fell deathly silent. Her mother choked on her drink. Eric's date whispered, "Oh my God." I stepped forward. "And this," I said softly, "was just the start." Chapter 2. A present for everyone. Claire trembled as she slammed the album shut. Where did you get all this?" I didn't answer. Instead, I pointed toward the tree again. "Every box has a truth inside. One for each of you." Her mother, Margaret, eyed her box. A red ribbon wrapped around it delicately. She opened it cautiously. Inside, a printed email chain. She read the subject line aloud, eyes squinting. Subject: "Should I tell him about you and the pool boy?" A gasp escaped her lips. She glanced at Claire. "Keep reading," I encouraged. The email thread exposed years of private messages between Margaret and Claire, mocking me, bragging about how I'd never suspect a thing. They had plotted this divorce for months. Discussed how they'd bleed me for alimony, how they'd take the house, the business. Margaret slowly folded the paper and placed it back in the box like it was radioactive. I turned to Eric. "Your turn." He hesitated, then tore into his gift, a heavy envelope. Out spilled photocopies of maxed-out credit card bills. "All in my name," I said coolly, "for your startup that never existed." He opened his mouth to object. "Oh, and by the way," I added, "you're being audited. Merry Christmas." Claire gripped the couch, her entire body shivering. "This was supposed to be your moment," I said to her. "Your grand betrayal. Instead, you got exactly what you gave." Chapter 3. The Exit. Nora stood in stunned silence. You knew the whole time. Of course, I replied. But I wanted you all here. I wanted you to see the consequences. Together. I turned to Claire and lowered my voice. You remember the house. I bought it before we married. It's mine. The prenup you forgot you signed. Still valid. The business. You were legally removed months ago. She stammered. That's not possible. It is. And your lover. I said with a smile. Under federal investigation. That new life you planned. Gone. The room was a tomb. I walked to the door, paused and turned back. Help yourselves to drinks. You'll need them. Then I stepped outside, into the snow, into freedom. Chapter 4. The Collapse. I drove to a small cafe on the edge of town where Rachel, a close friend, waited with coffee. She slid it across the table with a warm smile. You okay? He nodded. It's done. She glanced at her phone. It's already started. Social media's blowing up. Divorce party fail is trending. My own phone buzzed. Voicemail from Claire. Then another. Please. Can we talk? I didn't mean for it to go this far. He's gone. Everything's gone. Please. I'm begging you. I hit delete. I opened my cloud folder, labeled failsafe drop, and uploaded it all. Photos, emails, GPS logs, financial records, even hidden audio of Claire mocking me with her lover and mother. Sent to my lawyer, the IRS Financial Crimes Division, and an investigative journalist who had been chasing Margaret's non-profit scams for years. Chapter 5. Echoes of a War Lost. Within 48 hours, the fallout was biblical. Margaret's assets were frozen. Years of tax fraud, foreign account transfers, and questionable donations caught up to her. Her non-profit, raided. Eric was removed from his public position. A leaked audio file, him bragging about shady land deals, ended his career. And Claire, fired. Bank account frozen. The fake sale of our business triggered an embezzlement investigation. She filed for bankruptcy after learning she owned nothing. The cabin, still mine. Quiet. If her boyfriend disappeared the moment legal threats landed. She was alone. Videos surfaced of her screaming outside the house, sobbing on the curb as movers loaded her things. One neighbor whispered, "Didn't she throw him out last Christmas?" Chapter 6. The Final Word. The day after Christmas, I got one final email from Claire. Subject, please. You win. Sorry. I didn't know it would end like this. Please just talk to me. I typed back one word. Mo. And hit send. Peace has a sound. 6 months later, I stood on the porch of my mountain cabin. The snow was gone. Birds chirped in the trees. No lawyers. No betrayals. No chaos. Just peace. I rebuilt the business. Clients returned. I published my story under a pen name. It resonated. The book sold thousands of copies. Speaking gigs followed. Not bad for the man they once called boring. I wasn't loud. I wasn't violent. I waited. Then I gave everyone a gift. One they would never forget. Moral of the story. Revenge doesn't always come wrapped in anger. Sometimes it's quiet, easy, and timed like a blade dropped from a rooftop, silent until it hits. If you believe betrayal deserves justice, share this story. Subscribe for more tales of calculated revenge, poetic endings, and karmic closure. Because here, every sin gets unwrapped eventually.